But I want to start, I guess I want to start higher level. And
sure,
because you have so much experience doing this with your own companies and then working with others. From that experience, what would you say is the one area where businesses struggle the most? And what can they do to really overcome that struggle?
Oh gosh. Well, it really depends on the company, the vertical. But what we see most often is that the entrepreneur is really good at developing the product, but oftentimes they're selling the product themselves. And since exponential growth is one of the key value indicators of enterprise value, they're usually challenged in sales. And then, as we know, marketing always precedes sales, and marketing of a very particular type, which is brand marketing, because what we want to do is we want to, and so that's where they struggle the most is sales and marketing. What we show them is if we can turn the industry, the decision makers, into their salespeople by just branding the company as a best-in-class product, and they start talking among themselves, they're actually bringing those companies to their sales team, and their sales team is far more effective in scale. The other thing that we find is that we've really begun to perfect the concept of sales as a service. We advise many clients, and the last thing that we want to do is in a given vertical, and managing a sales force for each client is very problematic. So what we do is, in addition to the brand marketing that brings the attention of the industry toward our clients' products and solutions, we have a very expert team of salespeople. And one of the challenges that beginning entrepreneurs have is they can't attract the talent that they need in sales. And because the amount of money that a salesperson can earn is limited based on the fact that these are young companies. So what we say is, look, if we can concentrate 10 or more clients in a given vertical, we can bring together a single, very effective sales team to facilitate that rapid growth. So when you marry brand marketing with sales as a service, it provides exponential growth, revenue growth for the company. And that's where we come in operationally, because the next thing that will happen, the next stagnation will be they can't keep up with that revenue growth. And what you see is a leveling off, a consolidation for a period of time while they build that next level of the company. And what we do is we know what that company looks like at 2-3x revenue. And we make sure that all those mechanisms, all those logistics are in place as we're ballistically growing the revenue growth so that nothing slows down the growth of the company. And so those are the two key areas that we see most often that tech-led entrepreneurs are challenged with.
1 to 2 things in either of those areas. So from a marketing standpoint and a sales as a service area that business owners should be thinking about or doing to improve?
Well, yes. With regard to the sales as a service, one of the reasons we innovated that was not only that it accelerated the sales growth, but young companies have a very difficult time paying for salespeople. Now, if you can do most things, most of what Thrive is about is being fractional. Fractional CFO, CMO, things of that nature, where you're getting the expertise of a much larger company strategically only where you need it in a very cost-effective way. Sales is exceptionally that way, because what we see with sales is that these smaller companies only attract average, talented, capable salespeople, and because they can't attract the top salespeople. And that makes a huge difference. So by bringing in sales as a service, what we're doing is we're reducing significantly the cost burden to the company so that they can get the expertise that they need and sell the products. Because oftentimes what happens is we see a lot of average salespeople burning up a lot of time and not producing the result that is needed. And it's a very heavy cost burden on these clients. So part of it is stripping out expenses. Most of our SaaS clients, they come to us with 50, 60+% profit margins. By the time we bring all these fractional solutions to bear, we're leaning them out at about 90% profit margin. Wow. And that also reduces their need to raise capital. and then obviously give up equity in order in exchange for that. So it's really a combination of all of these things coming together in harmony with each other to produce the desired effect. Preservation of cash flow is always top of mind for me, so that we can use those resources elsewhere for the growth of the company.
Yeah, and to level set, sales as a service is effectively outsourcing your sales force, right, to a group that closes the deals and everything.
Yes.
For you. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, these are not lead. These are there's a lot of companies out there that do lead generation. These are closers all the way through.
Right, right. And are there certain companies you work with, or do you have that in house?
No, we have that in house. That allows us to being able to bring our expertise to have that level of expertise, both from lead generation through the solution engineering, ultimately to the close. But then beyond close, they stay with the clients, and then once it's a landed account, then our sales team works with our clients to expand those sales.
Yeah.
So it's a land and expand strategy.
Right, exactly.